welcome to JamboFANTV. It's been a bit since we've done a programme. It's happened. We've had the Hamilton game and we've had the Aberdeen game. And as Gordon said before, it's performances of night and day. Go on, Gordon. Give us your views on the Hamilton game.
The Hamilton game, first half in particular, it was just absolutely fantastic. It started the game. Hamilton had came off the back of getting beat 6-0 with Rangers. And I really don't know how they set up, but the highlights suggested they set up 3-5-2, but I got the impression that Canning wasn't sure whether to attack us or try and sit in and hold it on for a 0-0 draw, put in a defensive performance. And in the end, it did neither. Hearts went for the jugular quite early on. Made a lot of chances in the first half. If it had been about 5-0 at half time, I don't think Hamilton could have complained. Not so much second half. All this big major turning point in the match was obviously getting the goal just before half time. It was literally just before half time. And if we'd went in at 0-0, I was already thinking, oh my God, there's another Ross County on the cards here, because they could have sorted themselves out at half time. But in the end, I think the goal just before half time probably paid to any resistance they had. We scored a very bizarre second with the pass back, if you remember that. Walker's third, it was an absolute peach. And I'm now struggling to remember who scored the fourth goal.
I think it's.
That was a free kick by Martin, which came from what possibly could have been a penalty for Hearts. I think Struna, he got fouled bizarrely on his way out the box. And I think the contact occurred inside the box and he fell outside the box. And so the linesman and the ref combined to give us a free kick, which we scored from, which was I suppose it was a bit of a shame on their goalkeeper, Gary Woods, because he'd had an absolute stormer, and the fourth goal should have been kept out by him, let's be honest. They would want to be in towards the near post for him.
I think the cynics amongst people would say that Hamilton's there for the taking. Everyone's like knocking them for sale. But I think you can only beat what's in front of you, and to take from him, I said it before, Hamilton were a poor side, a very poor side. But looking at the Hearts performance, and that is one of the criticisms that I've been putting is, like we've had games where, it's been half time and we've had one shot on target, and nobody's wanting to take that responsibility. And in that match, there was a spirit of wanting to go forward and wanting to take chances and peppering the goal basically, and that's what you want to see. If you're going to get a goal, you've got to have a shot. At least put the ball in the box, for people to have a go at. And that was, for me, Gordon, that was refreshing to see, and it was something that I thought we would have took into our next game. But unfortunately, it didn't happen. Do you want to have a look at the Aberdeen game?
No. It was an absolute shocker of performance. I don't know what they thought they were playing at Aberdeen. It was that we were the team that had no idea. We didn't know whether to attack them, which we actually did early on. I'm not saying we went for their jugular, but we made the first clear-cut chance of the match, which Nicholson put over the bar. And after that, I just don't think we were at the races at all. Nicholson's lost Logan, and I don't know, So was been unaware of what's happening as well. Logan stole in and stole a header. He scored the header from about 6 yards out. He's no noted for doing that sort of thing. But I don't know if in Nicholson's defence, Rooney's caught his eye, because Rooney was behind Nicholson. Although having said that, I think if Logan had missed the ball, it was actually going to go to Rooney rather than Nicholson defending it. Second goal, what can you say about the second goal? Julius miscontrolled it midway inside his own half, gave it to Avlanitis, and Avlanitis trying to give it back to Hamilton, and I don't know what happened there. So yeah, it was an absolute shocking performance. Already, undone by two really bad mistakes. I'm not sure that Aberdeen, it was probably nowhere near Aberdeen's best performance of the season, but they probably didn't have to perform that well.
No, definitely not. I mean, I said just before we came on, we sort of discussed what we was going to be talking about, and I couldn't agree more about your night and day. In terms of defence, it's like, I mean, I've said it before, you know, it's almost like nobody's told the defence sometimes that the Mannequin Challenge is finished. There's just no movement, and they were coming through and they moved, and everyone, after the goals went in, everyone was standing staring like he was picking him up. Is that, you listen on Twitter and you do the Facebook, and people sort of criticise the coaching and that, but at the end of the day, I don't know if you feel the same. You drill players throughout the week, and these are professionals and internationals, and then when they go out there, surely they've got to do the job, and they've got to do it better than that, you know, in terms of picking players up. Yeah,
absolutely. One of Aberdeen's big strengths is getting the ball wide and getting crosses in early. It's how they undone us in December. It was probably as comfortable a 1-0 as I've ever seen against us at Tynecastle. Aberdeen were so dominant that night as well. But their main strength is getting it down the wings to McGinn and on one side and Hayes on the other. And they get the ball in quite early. They've got guys like Stockley, Rooney. You know, we could talk about Stockley's bit of stupidity, 2-0 up and cruising and starts a fight. Basically gets himself sent off. But other than that, it was probably the only fight Hart showed in that match was when they had a wee ruckus with 5 against 5 as a result of Stockley's punch on Novak, I think it was it?
Yeah, it was. Yeah. And it's sort of sad to see, because I don't. It's going to go out there and I'll get Chris. I don't actually rate Aberdeen, and I thought it was a match that we could have won. And with St Johnstone doing what they're doing recently, they've got on a bit of a run. We needed to win it.
Well, it was a game that certainly. Yeah, we've got to be staying ahead of St Johnstone. I wasn't sure if Aberdeen was winnable. The reason I wanted to beat Aberdeen, to be brutally honest, was that Celtic didn't win the league at Tynecastle on Sunday, because they would have won on Friday night against Dundee.
We'll go on.
Dundee play Aberdeen on Sunday. Sorry, they would have won on Sunday there against last Sunday against Dundee. Aberdeen played Dundee this Friday night, and if Dundee beat them, Celtic's won the league.
Yeah, the match would have been different. We'll go on to that now, and at the weekend we play the Scottish international squad, don't we? Is that what they're known as now?
Yeah, I've got the jersey on tonight.
It seems like the Scotland squad just seems to be peppered with Celtic at the moment. So yeah, it's like you're taking on the international squad. Yeah, it's got to be said. It's got to be said. In this league, they're miles ahead of anybody else. It kills me to say it, but they are. And you set up against that. It's still a winnable match. When you think about the match against Rangers and how this Hearts team can play, if they stay compact, are you in the same thinking as me? If they stay compact and concentrate, it can cause an upset.
I hope so. One of the things about modern football is that it seems to be easier to defend and hit on the break than break a team down. And one of the few, obviously Rangers are quite open against us, and we've obviously destroyed them twice. I suppose Celtic were obviously, they're always going to attack us, and one of the few games I left Tynecastle very encouraged by the performance this season was the first game of the season against Celtic. I don't think we get, I guess they won the match, so we probably don't deserve much credit, but we took the game to them after we equalised that day, and their winner came on the break, and obviously they've went absolutely from strength to strength. They remain unbeaten. since then, since the whole domestic season. But for me, Hearts playing Celtic is similar to Celtic playing Barcelona. You've got a puncher's chance. I think that's all we've got. We've just got to keep the concentration levels high. Do the damage when we get the ball. But I'm just going to live and hope. And it's probably one of the games that we'll probably walk out of Tynecastle happier on Sunday than we did when we drew Inverness a few weeks ago.
Yeah.
Obviously, the patience not there, and as long as we can have a go and put up a fight, the fans will be quite happy, I think, with that.
I couldn't agree more. And in terms of playing sides like this, or any team, that I always say it's all about graft. And in one of the programs that I want to do in the future is, and that's about it. It's about the work ethic. I think if sometimes Hearts lack that in the middle, and I don't want to see us setting up with wingers. To tell you the truth, I want to pack that midfield. I want to make it tight in the middle. So often recently, sides have just wandered through that middle and put so much pressure on defence. It's got to be tight. It really does. And attitude. If Celtic go 1-0 up, I don't want to be seeing this. Heads going down and whatever. There's got to be a fight, and I think the motivation is there. It's basically our job is to spoil that party. Do you agree?
Absolutely, yeah. I don't want them winning. I never want anybody winning the league in our backyard, obviously, and it's for the recent times and for the foreseeable future, it's only going to be Celtic to do that. So it's just a case of bad timing this weekend. But yeah, we've got to go out there, and part of the motivation's definitely got to be shutting their fans up and just stopping them basically winning the league on our soil. Definitely.
Do you see it being the same side or a similar side to the Aberdeen, or similar side to what we've been setting up with?
Well, I've got to say, I hope Hughes is fit. If Hughes and Novak I've probably said for a few weeks, they would be my first choice too. And I've said Reras over Sowa is my personal opinion. And obviously Struna is probably the only choice at right back at the moment. I don't know. I don't know if we play Walker and Nicholson and hope to hit them on the break. Galvis is going to play. If Julius plays, which I presume he will, he's got to be warned this week that Brown's going to be in his face. Brown is going to nip his head, as he always does. Obviously Armstrong's got a bit of pace about him, so we'll have to watch for that as well. That'll probably be more Cowie's job, I'm guessing. Maybe, I don't know, Cowie, Kitchen, Julius, June behind Goncalves and Walker, and maybe leave Nicholson out.
I'd like to see Kitchen back in. I think he had a mare against Hibs, and we said it on here. Take that responsibility off him, and I don't think he's a bad player, and I think he needs to be back in. I think he's a battler, and I think that's what the side needs.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, absolutely. We're going to need somebody to go toe to toe with Brown and just be harder than him. I mean, he's a niggly little git, to be quite honest, Scott Brown.
Well, I can't. It's me being biased, but I can't stand at him. He sort of likens himself to a Roy Keane, and he's so far off the mark. He's unbelievable. I think it's just a lot of hype. I don't rate him at all. But I'll probably get a lot of stick for that. There's a lot of sides in this country that he wouldn't even get into, and I think that's why he stays where he is.
In England, yeah, definitely. He's never really proved himself that he could play at higher level, and he's playing with obviously the 10 best teammates. So it makes his job a hell of a lot easier. Makes him look a lot better a player than probably what he is. Yeah. Yeah,
definitely. Who did you say you're playing up front?
Big on Calvis. Okay. Probably Juman Walker is close to him as They're the closest two Hearts players. I think I said Cowie Kitchen and Julius. I've never actually thought about the team yet.
No. For me, I mean, I have not that he's that bothered. He earns big money and he couldn't give a damn what I said about him. But I have this love-hate relationship with Walker, and I'm just wondering which Walker's gonna turn up. If the Walker turns up, that's gonna put a shift in and work hard. I mean, he scored that wonder goal, and that's fantastic. But there's a lot more to his game that he could give, and I think he's got the ability to. It's just whether he applies himself. This is a big stage for him, and I really hope he turns up for this one and shows what he's got.
Yeah, I hope he's got maybe not a chip on his shoulder as such, but a little bit of disappointment in not getting picked by Strachan, especially for the Canada game last week, and he actually maybe uses that as motivation to turn up and play against basically what you said was our international team, and give them a show what he can do. Definitely.
Well, we're gonna go for a prediction, and before I give mine, I'll let you go first, Gordon. Go on.
Thanks very much. I couldn't let myself coming on here and predicting that Hearts were going to lose, so I obviously expect Celtic to score, so I'm going to go for 2-1.
2-1.
Very hopeful. Very, very hopeful.
I'll take anything that stops them winning in Hearts' back garden and backyard. Anything. I can't see us keeping a clean sheet either. I'd like to think. Oh my God! I'd like to think that we could do it 3-2. That's what I'm thinking. Like I said, but I'd take anything that would prolong, because they're going to win it anyway at some point, but not here. I don't want it here at all. So I'm going to go 3-2. Well, that's it, and we're going to have a look at our formats. We've been talking about it, and there's 101 reviews and previews out there. And to be honest with you, we're going to be honest. A lot of them are fantastic. We mentioned one on here. We mentioned Jojo, who does one, and they do them brilliantly. So we're thinking of sort of nipping a little bit and having a look at a show a week where we sort of have a look at what's going on in Hearts, and we'll mention, the previous game and the game coming up. Don't forget to have a look at us on Twitter. And I do the Twitter page. Gordon does the Facebook page, so have a look at that. And don't forget to subscribe. Bet of the Week is going to be back again. Not that I'm any good at it, so if anyone fancies picking a few teams and either Facebooking us or tweeting us, so we can put them on. It's a no-brainer. It really is. All you have to do is follow us on Twitter and retweet it. I'm not very good on Facebook, so whatever you want. What is it on Facebook, Gordon?
It's JamboFANTV.
Yeah, and you like it and follow, and you get entered into the draw. And if the bet comes up and your name gets picked out of the hat, you get £50 voucher. So it's basically a free bet. That's all you have to do. It's a no-brainer. Just keep following us. We're back now, and we'll be coming out with a show a week. And just feed into us. That's all we ask of you. And if you see us at the games, say hello. We've been
just stick a couple of quid. Just stick a couple of quid. Just stick a couple of quid on 3-2, and you can retire with the profits that you make once you've given the 50 quid prize.
That's it, indeed. We've been JamboFANTV, and thank you very much for watching.